Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live and the world that we truly want to live in as well, especially with these shifting energies we have right now. Not just shifting energies, but total earth shift. Let's get some cards out. This is today's tarot for all signs, and it's for Saturday the 17th of May 2025. I'm saying it like that because, wow, we're going to have big energies today with the astrology and all of that kind of thing. Let's see what it's all about. We have fleeting beauty. Don't worry. Fleeting beauty means whatever's going on at the moment, it'll pass. So it's not like if it's intense energies today, it's always going to be like this. A blip. I'm hearing a blip. Now, vision. Your third eye, your inner vision, your dreamlike state, your downloads could be particularly strong today. It could be a little bit unnerving, in fact, because the energies are so intense. Unnerving as in you could actually be seeing things today that you haven't seen before. Visual disturbances, orbs, all kinds of things. With this ascension process, I think we're going to have much more access. We know this. Human beings, we've been told how many times that we're only using a very small portion of our brains, right? And that we've got a very small access through our eyes and ears and nose and all of that kind of thing to just a small part of the spectrum of energies, right? Feels to me like that's expanding. Things could be feeling weird at the moment. The ocean, be beautiful, mysterious, wild and free. So be your full self, going with it. Some of us might be feeling more at home in these expanding energies that we ever felt than we ever felt in the normal energies before. Ten of Swords, painful endings. Just like we have growing pains, when it tends to be the letting go that's more painful, doesn't it? It tends to be full moons that are more jarring to people than new moons. It tends to be the let go aspect that is more difficult for us to do. The Queen of Swords is very much a no and a boundary kind of an energy. Sword, sword, sword. So we could be in our heads a lot today about it all. And the Hierophant, the ascension process that I was talking about yesterday. Okay, let's get deeper into this energy. Ten of Swords, painful endings. So things that are ending at the moment, structures. The transitions that we're going through as it's ending might be difficult. You might feel like holding on to something. The Page of Voices, noticing other people going through it. Okay, and so like I said, some of us will be welcoming these energies. It will feel more natural to us than the old world. So for some people, how can I put this? Some people will be experiencing these changes as unnerving, as freaky, as I don't like this, I like the old energies. And some of us, I see myself in this camp, will be like, oh yeah, bring it on, these energies, I'm loving it. Always felt weird in the world in the way that it was, and so some of us will be welcoming this in. Now this Page of Voices is saying, like, you might be noticing the other people freaking out about this, having a problem with the things that are ending more so than you are. You've got self-love and slow but steady, and so still focusing on yourself, not focusing on other people. And so if people are freaking out and escalating, and we've seen that, right? As these structures are about to fall, they're escalating, they're doubling down, they're digging their heels in even more, they're trying to keep control, gain more control. That's what it feels like. That Ten of Swords is like, I want to hold on to this, I want to fight against it, resistance, and keep it, because it's freaking me out. You might be noticing that in the world. So self-love, keep on focusing on yourself. Try not to look outward at those people or what they're going through. Try not to get sucked into that energy. Slow but steady, slow things down, remain steady, remain constant in all of this. So yeah, that could be very jarring energies to get today, and it feels like you might be writing this out beautifully. You might be noticing other people aren't so much. writing it out beautifully. Let's put it that way. The ocean be beautiful, mysterious, wild and free. Don't get sucked up in their energy. Don't go along with their energy. It's like if everyone else is like running around screaming, you don't need to if you're enjoying these energies. Queen of Swords, having boundaries. Yes, a day to have boundaries. Knight of Materials, the message again, slow down. Keep things slow. I talked about it yesterday. So if you wake up and there's weird energies about, or if you do something crazy like put the news on, or go on Facebook first thing in the morning, and then there's this fearful energy about what's happening in the world, get intentional. Go into your meditative space with your little altar, light a candle, get your journal out, pour those feelings into your journal and meditate, and clear that energy and slow yourself right down. We don't want to be feeding or snowballing any kind of anxiety energies or feeding into that or taking it on for ourselves. Know where you begin and where you end as well. Now, this Queen of Inspiration, she's the law of attraction kind of an energy to me. So know that whatever you focus on, you'll get more energy of. And so if you do, God forbid, turn the news on and then look at Facebook and start terrorizing yourself and go on that downward spiral today. Not a good idea. Definitely not a good idea. Snap out of it whenever you can. And yeah, get more focused on the things that you do want, because that is what is going to grow. And slow yourself down, Knight of Materials. Adrenaline and cortisol, they make us want to rush. And when you notice that energy in yourself, start doing those things that slow you down. Well, first of all, you might want to expend that energy. That cortisol and that adrenaline is asking for our bodies to move. It's our bodies are saying, this is stressful, you need to run away from this. And so it gives us those hormones in order to free up sugar in our bodies so that we can run away from it, right? And so if you're just trying to let that dissipate, what's going to happen is your system's going to take that on, and head toward diabetes, where instead of, there's a sugar spike and you're not using it. It's meant for you to actually move your body. So you could go for a run or a walk, probably better, a little bit more energetic than that, or just, stomp up and down, jump up and down. Expend that energy in some kind of a way, and then do your meditative stuff. So going straight to the meditation when you're in that state without doing any kind of an exercise or expending that energy with your physical body, it's like catching a grenade from the world and then letting it explode inside of you. It's going to harm you inside, right? So don't do that. Expend that energy. Ancient wisdom is behind that. Ancient wisdom, knowing what energies to take on and what energies to shield yourself from, because what you focus on grows. But it's more about just managing your own energy through this and not taking it on from other people. Because the Hierophant, we're going through this ascension process right now. Got to keep yourself in balance as the Two of Materials. It's the most important thing. And if you think, I need to be helping or doing something, that is doing something. The Earth's energies and resonances are the same frequency as human beings' energies. And as we're going through shifts, the more we can balance our own energy, the more it affects the whole earth and everyone else. Don't underestimate keeping your own energy in balance. We've got anger and forgiveness behind this as well, so could very well be affected by other people's energies. You might be blaming other people as well, those patriarchal those people at the top that we might think of causing all of this. They're not really causing all of it, are they? Because they too were born into a world that was patriarchal and they just kind of went along with it. We all learned about that and we all played our part in it. We've all played our part in it. We've all gone along with it. We're like, okay, capitalism, okay, well, we'll do it. Well, let's do capitalism, let's do that. And we've all played our part like that. Just because it seems like it was formed from them, it's not. They were born into it too, right? And they were playing along with it too. And so do forgive them those things that you've those people, things, those people that you think caused this, perhaps they went along with it in a more controlling kind of a way than we did. But if you really, really look inside ourselves, we tried. We tried our best to get by in these structures too. We were part of the competition as well. Just because they did better than us, we can't blame them for the whole competition, can we? So let's forgive everyone for this and try and make sense of that anger that's coming up, the feelings that are coming up within us. Okay, what about masculine and feminine energies? Because I do see a big part of this is the shifting dynamics with masculine and feminine energies within us, shifting from patriarchal, not to matriarchal, that's a hierarchy too, but to equal energies. And so a lot of these shifts, of course, will be instigated within ourselves, finding the balance and of the masculine and feminine that's right for us personally, and then figuring out new styles of relationships as a result. Relationships with others, be those romantic and friendships and communities and all of that kind of thing, and our relationship with the planet as well. So, 8 of Cups says we've got to leave behind an emotional attachment. And the High Priestess says it's the us being in tune. Okay. So what this is saying is we can't be fully in tune and have these downloads and be going with the flow of all of this while we have emotional attachments, which is why that came out there. You know, it's like, stop trying to blame people. We were all born, like none of us are like 1,000 years old. And even if we were, we'd have to be like 20,000 years old if we can like blame, to be blamed for it. You know, we were all born into these energies, and we've done with it what we've done with it, each of us. So letting that go, there's something to let go of, and when you do, you're going to be more open and conducive. You know, this is why my business is called Be Healing. My guides got me to do this, and getting me to do it all the time is release this thing. On a personal level for me, lately I've been releasing terror. So I looking back at my childhood, I experienced terror often. I wouldn't want any child or any person to experience terror ever, but I experienced it so much, and I've been having to release that energy within myself, you know, kind of experience it again, like, clear it out straight away, to be able to release that terror energy within myself. And so it could be anything like that, but just trusting yourself and that process. If you need help with that, come to my website, behealing.com. Get yourself a reading or a breakthrough coaching session with me, and I'll help you through that. What it is that you need to let go of there. So it is something emotional. Strength is behind that, and so it's going to make you stronger when you release that too. You're more available to positive energies when you've healed that negative stuff. Before we heal that negative stuff that is within us, before we fully accepted it, you know, and felt it and released it. It's like we're fighting it. We've got a resistance to it all the time. We can't be fully open to these better energies. What's behind that is reunion of souls, people coming together. So especially for those of you who have felt isolated, not with your true tribe, with your true people, feels like you'd be more open to energy when you release this stuff. So it feels like shadow work to me, this in a way, but it's more coming to terms with any negative feelings that you've got within yourself. And instead of ignoring those feelings or pushing them down and catching that grenade and letting it explode inside of yourself, dealing with it in a better way than that, feeling it, owning it. Really, yeah, owning it. Okay, we've got the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. So this could have you feeling like it's the rest of the world and not me. It's them, not me. I don't like the stuff that's in front of me. I'm waiting for better times to come along, but it's them, not me. Now, we can't do that. We're each an aspect of this, and I know you've probably not been one of those controlling people, pushing your weight around, trying to control other people, and, you know, not caring what you do to the planet and what you do to people. We can clearly see that some people are playing it out that way, or have been playing it out that way, these energies. But what my guides have told me is those are the ones that are most damaged. Those are the ones with the most problems. And I'm not saying, well, just try and love them out of it. I'm not saying that that's your job at all. But to clean our own energy up, we need to admit to ourselves that we've played along with these energies too. If you have been in the financial system and have earned money, you have played along with the system. You've played along with the system. We've all done it in our way. The capitalist system is a competition system. So if you've managed to earn your living, you've been playing along with it, because some people haven't been able to do that, right? So I'm not saying we're all bad people, but we all need to recognize the fact that we have been playing along with these energies, and some have played it better than others. And does that make them worse? Perhaps with regards to their soul? Perhaps. Perhaps not. Perhaps they've been showing us the way. Perhaps they've had to hold that energy at the extreme to show us what we're all doing by playing a part in this system. You know, we can't detach ourselves and point the finger. We can't. So if you have been disappointed by what you've got in front of you, what's around you, and you're thinking it's them, not me, and you're waiting for better times to come, let's just get some cards out. If you have been feeling that way, what, guys? Already talked on it now. 9 of emotions, your wishes. Okay, what's really in your heart? This isn't about putting ourselves down or saying, look, I've been the problem. It's not about that. And it's not about having our blinders on and going, you know, it's not a problem. People at the top, you know, using like pharmaceutical companies, for example, using their power to make people sicker so that they can make more money. I mean, that's just horrific, isn't it? I'm not saying that we've been doing that on an individual level. But what's truly in your heart? It's rising above it, you see. She's rising above it here. She's floating there in the air, rising above it. Seeing it for what it is, those structures below her. Seeing it for what it is. We've all been wishing within the structures. If I ask you what your goals and your wishes are, you'll probably be thinking within patriarchal and capitalism systems, so that you can have something, and it's based in that haves and have-nots, whether you want to admit that or not. Now, some of us will say, oh yeah, but I wanted world peace and equality and all of that too. Yes, you did, I know. But we also went along with it. We did. I mean, we just did. And I'm not saying that we could have done anything else, but I'm saying that now we can. Now we can do something else. Now we're giving birth to something new. But we need to unravel ourselves from it first, emotionally. Abundance is behind that. Yeah. So this 4 of Cups, 9 of Emotions and Abundance is saying, just be careful. You might still be dreaming and wishing within those structures of competition. Is that truly what you want? The answer is no. But go through your own process to get there. We've got the 2 of Swords and the 3 of Swords here. 2 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. Not knowing what choice to make. The 3 of Swords is kind of breaking our hearts. The 2 of Swords energy, I don't know what to do. I don't know which is the right choice. It's very confusing at the moment because we're in between worlds. We're on this bridge right now between this competition, patriarchy, hierarchy, and the new earth, whatever that's going to be. We don't know yet, right? We're creating it. But the only way we can create that is by just letting all of that go and everything that it's done to us, and our mindset because of it, and the way that we've had to go along with it to even survive, and owning that. And just every feeling that goes with it. It's like repairing our hearts. And it might be even screaming out like this and crying and going, ah! You know, just letting all of that energy go of how much it's hurt everybody, us included. Very healing time. And just because it was a patriarchy doesn't mean we can blame the men. They were born into it too. I feel sorry for them. I always have, right? When I think women have kind of had it easy. Life has been hard in certain kind of ways for women, for sure, but we've had it easy in the way that we were more nurtured into being ready for this. I always used to see it like boys being told not to cry and to toughen up and all of that, and it felt so heartless to me, and I'm like, oh, there's another one being broken. That's so hard for them to go through, right? It's broken everyone's heart, really. Knight of Voices. To me, as a reader now, the Knight of Voices is about flexibility, and it's about swift change happening and us being flexible to go along with that. So deep, the healing of the masculine and the feminine, of just us as human beings, and there being no division between the masculine and feminine now. The sacred space behind that, but we need to do it individually, on an individual level. Now is not the time to be pointing fingers saying, but the masculine needs to heal themselves and it's them that is the problem. No, we were all born into it. We were all born into these energies. It's all of our problems. And we claim our power when we deal with our part in it and within ourselves. And as I said, that's not about blaming ourselves for it. It's just about acknowledging that we've all been sucked up into it and we had to get by in that kind of a way. And I think for a lot of us, this is about us going back to childhood again. I think a lot of us in our hearts knew when we were children, it's like, this isn't fair. Okay, bird flying, news is on its way. We've got a cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. We've got grapes, time to go out and have some fun. Lighten up, bliss, joy, bouquet, compliments from admirer. Ooh. We've got scissors, disappointment in some affair, perhaps in life, and everybody and everything. And bow, you're highly thought of by the universe, by the earth, Well, how best to deal with these energies today? Been a long one today. We have the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles, it's an energy of on the shoulders of giants. Feels to me like we're learning a lot from those that managed to be the best with these energies, and perhaps those that were the worst with these energies did the worst. Feels to me like there's a lot to learn, and we might have higher perspectives on the experiences of others around us. We might be seeing, like, coming to terms with, it must have been really hard for the men, and it must be really hard for those that are at the top too, and really hard for those at the bottom as well, and really hard for those in the middle. There might be an expanded understanding here. But just remember, that Fleeting Beauty came out first, that card, meaning these energies, it's just going to be for a short time period while we're on this bridge. And if it's extra intense today, which it might be, it feels like it's to show us something, for us to get a deeper understanding in that. Well, there you have it. That's what I've got. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. What is this bringing up for you? Are you feeling these energies too? Is it making sense to you? I hope so. If you'd like more from me, sign up for my free course. There's a link to it right there. Meditate with me. There's a new meditation every single week there to help us through all of this. And have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.